celebration, Senior Day. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. Coach said his message to the team this week is we have got to play every single game like it's a playoff game. They have done well in the conference so far, and he wants to continue that dominance, but consistency is the key. He keeps telling his team we just have to go 1-0 this week to keep that consistent approach going. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Gamecocks headed for the ball, and we are ready for action. Deep in the end zone, it's Phillips. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like, they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Touchdown, Bulldog! He got a step and just dusted the field.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Motion from the back. Fights off a defender. Danced his way through traffic. Pickup of 4 to the 19.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
Making the adjustment on the play. Pulls it. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Sellers on the play action. He'll pull it down and run. Breaks into the open. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Throwing Sellers. Right side, it's Harbor. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40.
139 Albatross. 139 Albatross.
He's going to run it. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
He did a really good job on 3rd down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching in on 3rd down. Those are those situations where it's okay to put the quarterback's body on the line.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Sellers. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Second and long here. Again, it's Sellers. That's caught. It's Bennett. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And I'm not surprised that they're giving him a touch early in this football game, too, because you've seen it throughout the season, man. Like, they trust their QB to run the football, especially in big-time situations. We'll see that throughout this football game. But he's already over 500 yards. Like, that's really good. So he's a weapon that they will use throughout the football game.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed, interested to...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Play fake, Sellers. Flush to the left. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete and will change into the field to get things started back up. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Keeping his eyes downfield. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Couldn't set his feet.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Moving the pocket, it's Stockton. Going for 6. Touchdown, Georgia! Quick strike through the air for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. On the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Quarterback gets enough. At midfield, he's got room. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
It is nice to have an athlete at quarterback like that can make things happen. He's just so fast. He takes away angles, still has the option whether he wants to pitch it, can still make you look stupid doing that or running the football like he did there.
They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Quarterback signaling to his guys. From the red zone, it's McAllister. Finding some room, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's Stockton. Had to get rid of it quickly. And that will be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes. So you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Maybe just trying to get some breathing room to kick it away. Hauls in the deep ball. He's loose down the middle. He's at the end of the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher can give you a wave of momentum when you throw a 98-yard touchdown pass. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their 2nd. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. They go play action with Sellers. Uncorks one to the middle. He's got it on the outside. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their confidence, but it also flips the field.
They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35.
Ready. 385. Kill. 390, Twilight. 390, Twilight. Hey, 139, Albatross. 139, Albatross.
Gets the back moving. Looking for the edge. Looking for an alley. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
He's going to take off. Inside the 25. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
And, man, that is the hard part about playing defense nowadays. It's not the first play. It's the second play that you have to react to. It's a pass. Everybody's playing pass, but he has the ability to do that. And we've seen him do it today already. Just take off, make things happen. Now the QB over 100 on the day, and his legs, they're a problem.
Throws it off the RPO. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Hunt. Third and 6 yards to go.
Here we go. Ready.
Motion from the wide receiver. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You're throwing incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
Splits the uprights. Good. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. They'll take the penalty and move them back. And the Gamecocks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And, guys, I don't know if they got the play call in quickly enough, but still the quarterback has to make sure the snap gets off on time. Keeps it himself. He'll do it, and the ball is free on the pitch. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Dumps it off in the flats. Turning it on. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. Clock Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. From the gun on third down, Sellers. Trying to barrel in. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on fourth down. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We begin our coverage with Alabama in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Clemson Tigers. And it's the Crimson Tide coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. They win their 2nd straight game, and talk about doing it in style. That margin of victory is a head-turner. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They don't need a bunch on second down. To the air, it's Stockton. He wants to take the top off. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. And he scores! Touchdown, Bulldogs! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. He'll try to do it himself. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. And the rarely seen illegal forward pass penalty brings up second and long.
But hard.
Sees a crease. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Sellers from the gun on third down. Finds a crease at the 20. He's loose. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Well, coming out in the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the third quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
Here's Sellers to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just had to get rid of it.
You got to give the defense credit here because they came out here in the second half with the goal of putting the clamps on this passing attack, and they have not allowed a completion yet in the third quarter. This offense is throwing it time and time again. Nothing there.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's changing the play. Sellers from the gun on third down. It's caught. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Spade deep, spade deep. Joker.
Sellers to the air again. Buying time to his right. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing Sellers. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Bringing it back. Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown Bulldogs. The defense putting points on the board.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And he puts through the extra point.
Number 91, set to kick it away.
And here he comes out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Quarterback keeps it. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. 3rd and long coming up. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
The Gamecocks will go for it on 4th down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Here comes the heat. Hit as he throws. Finds his man. It's Harbor. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off. And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Spade, Liddy. Copper. Mustang.
Sellers. Still looking to his right. Trying to make magic with his feet.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Dropping back, it's Sellers. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And how about that play by this defense? Reading the running back, coming out of the backfield, breaking on the football, making the pick, and then walking himself into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out in the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's Sellers to throw. Move to his right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. On the run, it's McAllister. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Rolls right. The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage for a loss.
On that RPO, the QB is just trying to keep it.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They'll move the wide receiver. 4th down, Sellers. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. All the way back. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Number 91, set to kick this one away.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Out wide right, it's Hunt. On the move at the 30. There he goes. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Throwing, Sellers. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. With the catch, it's Harbor. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rush right in his face. Unloads in the nick of time.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Buying time to his right. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Again, it's Sellers. Still looking to his right. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Looking for a man. It's Stockton. He wants to go deep. Makes the grab on the left side. Off and running. He is in. Touchdown, Georgia. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter. And how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he's going to bring this one out. He was bold to bring that thing out of the end zone, but he'll go out of bounds at the 17-yard line. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They'll send the back in motion. Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But we got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to...
It's a seam wide open. The 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. The AT unit on the field. Splits the uprights. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with a thrilling 93-yard run for 6. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Will take over. First and 10.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Frazier again. Enough to move the chains. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Handoff for Frazier. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. So now they come to the line on 2nd and 7 after the delay of game penalty. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Defense all over him. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Sells to fake. Right side, it's Coleman Williams. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Looks it in. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Sellers moves to his right. He's taking a deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Long way to go on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Trying to get the corner. Keeps it on the option. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
3rd and long right here. Drops back. It's Sellers. Rolls right. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Really nice job.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Oh, he's got some space. Past the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure.
Number 91, set to kick off.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. One more play to pad the stats. Making the adjustment. Here's some daylight. Last play of the game, they'll try to dress up that final score. And that is how we will wrap this one up. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations.